Robert X, one of the best artists in the DMV, period. One of the most spirited cats that I know. It's definitely a brother from another mother, and sometimes if you see us side by side, it's basically the same mother. I mean, it's so close. They say Morris Day and Jerome. I was just listening to it last night. He was like, Siamese twins joined at the suit. Yeah. So it's like starting to become that, and we have a lot of common influences, of course, with Michael Jackson, as he's talking about Prince. But the one I want to talk about right now, too, briefly, but intensely as possible, is Tito Jackson. Yeah. And so for both of us, Tito was a big influence on being a black guitarist and influencing us to pick up the instrument, along with being influenced by Michael. There's this guy there in Can You Feel It video where he's like, you know, waving the guitar,
shooting light out,
like glitter and all these
shooting the light out like this.
Yeah, so when you see us doing this stuff on stage, I want to jump in here and talk about that artistic expression, that showmanship that we try to bring is a level that we've gotten from our heroes that don't just stand there and play the instrument, don't just stand there and sing, they don't just stand in a monotone range or do they kind of just spread out artistically all over the place, singing falsetto, real low notes with Tito. So we cover a range when we do the Michael and Tito. We both separately, without really knowing each other, talked about how to combine the two. I was like Mito or Mito or whatever as Michael and Tito combined, because we both, when we get a chance to do like Shake Your Body Down to the Ground, we both get to be Michael and Tito at the same time, playing guitar and singing Michael Jackson songs where he led them. So, but I wanted to check with Rob and see, like, let's talk guitar real quick. Like, how do you combine the two now that you said I influenced you or inspired you to do certain things? How do you see yourself as a guitar player? Like,
well, as you talk about, Tito's like the first person who kind of made me want to pick up guitar. I think he's the first guitar player I saw as a kid. You know, when I heard the Jackson 5 records and never didn't see them on TV, see them play, and actually, you know, actually be playing. And then people say crazy things that are not really based in reality, like, you know, oh, the only guy who's talented is Michael. But Jermaine and Tito got to play and sing and dance. And Michael's incredible doing what he does. Michael is Michael. But you got to play your part, and you got to sing your part, and you got to dance, do the choreography. So Tito and Jermaine are some bad men, and always have been. And Tito, as you know, I look back on the reason I wear this hat. There's a lot of folks who wear this hat. The first person I ever saw wearing an apple cap is Tito. So even though, you know, I was influenced by Donny Hathaway and Terrence Trent D'Arby and Curtis wearing the hat, but Tito's the first dude that I saw wearing an apple cap. So all this full circle coming back, I was like, I'm gonna wear the apple cap like Tito, and I'm gonna play, you know. And Mike and I were both brokenhearted when Tito passed away. And I had a vision that I was going to do Destiny over with the Jacksons, because that's like my favorite things to play. I would play that intro and then do the song, and I always imagined that I was doing the song with them over, and then, you know, I get to sing as Michael, and again, nobody's Michael but Michael, but I get to do it as an homage, and then dudes will be singing with me, and now Tito's on to the next part of the experience. So, but there's still a chance to get the rest of the brothers together and say, hey, let's do a tribute to the brothers.
I got an idea from that too. That can inspire some artwork too. I definitely see a artistic interpretation of, like, either you seeing yourself with the Jacksons, putting yourself in that mindset of putting your visions out, like your MJ poster or whatever. We can get some Tito art going. So what I'm doing with the Great Commission here today, as well as in the future, is commissioning people to do art that is in the limited palette of MauvINGraYE. And so I'm on the artistic path of MauvINGraYE and the Great Line Band, and Mike Bennett Infinite is MauvINGraYE. And those palettes would be, of course, MauvINGraYE, and then any offshoots that are in that same color pattern of MauvINGraYE, shades, what I say, 50 shades of MauvINGraYE.
Yeah, 50 shades.
And then we got black and white as well, and grayscale. So once we see those palettes, I'm gonna have a lot of information to give out for people to do the exact colors that I'm asking for, the actual color codes and everything in the right shades. And then we'll actually commission certain pieces of art. So right now I'm gonna commission something from you. It's some Tito artwork, just like the MJ stuff. We'll use a limited palette or whatever, and that'll be dope. So they can come from black and white pictures of Tito here and there, maybe with the Apple Cat. Show people where you got it from, whatever.
Yeah.
And so that's what I do as what I call myself as an artistic instigator. So like, I like to inspire people to live out their dreams, and no matter the age, infinite. Okay, so it's never too late to do anything. Rob talked about being 58. You said 58? Yeah. So that's still hard to believe, or whatever it is. But when you do what you love, man, you become timeless. And I believe in that wholeheartedly. No matter if you do look a certain age, once people start talking to you and get your spirit on them, it's timeless. You time travel, basically. Especially you talking about you bring it here, you have an opportunity to show something that you did when you were, what, 17? And it's still with you in your possession. Like, that's just like song demos that we do back when we keep it, listen to it, get the fellowship with our younger selves.
Yeah.
I'm 50, so that's where the whole 50 Shades of Grey thing comes from this year, turning 50 for me. And the play on words with MauvINGraYE, music with MauvINGraYE. We're building on the legacy of black music and making sure that we preserve that and keep that in the forefront, since we know so much of it combined. It's endless opportunities to pick up on all of our heroes.
And let people know that level of excellence, and that is something they can aspire to, not to be your heroes, but to be the best you could be. And you look at that person and say, well, I can learn this from them, but what do I do with it? That's me. You know?
And so the combination we have here is a two-man. We go by the name of GRAYE-T. Okay, and that's a combination of the two names, MauvINGraYE and Robert Axe. GRAYE-T. We're going to definitely give you great music and great acts when we need guitar when we get together and do music as a two-man unit. And as a frontman, two-man front for the band, MauvINGraYE and the Gray Line Band. So he's definitely my co-pilot in that unit. Sure, on an equal plane, just about, because the only thing that I want to do is make sure I present everybody in the band well. Everybody in the band is a mutant. I'm like Professor X, and just trying to make sure that everybody gets to be presented in the right light with their superpowers, and they don't blow you away in the audience for so much to where you can't take it and it's overkill. So I'm just reeling in. All right, Rob, I know you got a lot now. You gotta get past to somebody else now. Same thing with the Hondo and Peter and Dwayne on drums and everybody else that we kind of like interspersed there, here and there, on players. I'm just here to make sure that everybody gets their opportunity to still be doing what they do at 58, you know what I mean? Whatever age, so. And I love that it inspires you, so appreciate y'all being here today.
And hopefully this inspires somebody else.